Hello, I'm Paul Graff with Twin Beans Coffee, and this is
coffee enthusiast Emily.
All right, thank you. Today we're focusing on French press brewing method and extraction of coffee through the French press process. So to start with, we're going to have 25 grams of a coarse ground coffee, and then we will add 400 grams of hot water to that. And so I'm going to take a second and just get us some hot water. All right, Emily. The French press is a very straightforward and simple method of brewing coffee.
Does this need to be warm or anything?
It helps if it's a little bit warm, and I did preheat it with some hot water earlier.
Nice.
And so just to make sure I've got the right amounts, we'll get the scale going where it needs to be. And I have 25 grams of coffee.
Perfect.
Look at that. And then we'll reset it. And then I'm going to turn my timer on.
How long is the timer for?
It'll be 4 minutes.
Okay.
The funny thing with a French press is it doesn't need to be nearly as finicky as something like a Chemex.
Oh, okay.
You could, if your pot will allow you, you can just pour it all straight in.
Oh, nice. So I could do this in the morning and then
Yeah.
go get ready and come back.
Well, I wouldn't wait more than 4 minutes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
think you can
the
get
4
ready in
minutes.
4 minutes?
Got it. I can't.
Now, when you get about 30 seconds, you just give it a stir to make sure all the gas has escaped. And then you're just going to set the top on, kind of put that filter so it just rests on the top of the grounds in the coffee.
Just like hugging it, just a little bit.
Barely touching it. And now what we're doing is just waiting, just a waiting game. On this one, we use a coarse extraction. So that this is what's called a full immersion process of brewing coffee. And a coarse extraction gives us a longer time period for that to be in full contact. In a Chemex or a drip coffee, that water is pushing through the grounds, so it's not touching the grounds for the whole 4 minutes. In here, it's touching for the whole 4 minutes. If we had a finer grind, that coffee would start to taste bitter. So I'm gonna just adjust that so it's not pushing through there. And now with this, it's just one push down. That pushes all the grounds out of the way.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't put the little, there we go.
Yum. Just a hot cup of coffee.
Now, so with this, you'll have a little bit more mouthfeel, a little bit more body, because you have a screen instead of a paper filter. So you get a little bit of sediment that comes through in your water that gives you a little bit more of a mouthfeel and deeper taste than you'll get with other brew methods.
Yeah.
So it's probably cool enough that we can enjoy.
Ooh,
Very
that's
good.
real good. Yeah. It just like hits the tongue. Yeah, and then it just like goes right down. That's awesome.
I'm Paul Graff again with Twin Beans Coffee. Thank you for watching as we learned about extracting coffee with a French press process. Emily, thank you for joining us. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we will see you next time.